Gyda chefnogaeth cymunedau'n gyntaf, mae nifer o brosiectau amgylcheddol wedi cychwyn yn ystod gynlais mwyn gwella'r ardal leol.
Thomas Adi yw'r enw, fi yw'r cydlynydd i cymunedau gyntaf yn ystod gynlais, a prosiect enw Parc y Diamond. Adfynhau ardal o ryw 14 hectares o tir derelict oedd e flaen. Oedd ar fod yn ardal glo. A ni'n neud parc nawr i'r bobl cael ei enjoyo. Ni'n neud yn animal friendly i bawb. A bydde pawb yn gallu iwso fe wedyn ni i fwynhau a fwynhau'r fyw arbennig sydd gyda ni yn ystod gynlais. Yn y dechrau, aethon ni mas i ymgynghori ar ardal lleol i gyd, siarad â bobl, gofyn i nhw beth nhw moyn. A un o'r pethau dath mas o'r sylweddadau oedd edrych ar Parc y Diamond. A cyngor y dre sydd bu ar tir, so ni wedi gweithio'n galed gyda nhw i ffurfio partneriaeth i gweithio ymlaen yn y prosiect. A ni wedi cael bobl fel y Probation Service a'r Econ Project, y Forestry Commission, a'r Parc Cenedlaethol i helpu ni i gweithio ar y sgim i hunan. A mae wedi bod yn llwyddiannus iawn, ond mae'n argraff da o sut i'n gwneud pethau a'ch gilydd. Mae'r iechyd yn peth mawr yn yr ardal hyn, a i agor parc fel hyn mas, mae wedi bod yn hwb mawr i nhw. Ond ac edrych hwnna, mae ni wedi cael colled mawr yn swyddi yn yr ardal hyn. Yr industrial heritage yn yr ardal wedi gyllwn nifer o llefydd derelict yma. So mae hwn wedi transformo ardal derelict mewn i rhywbeth i bobl cael adfwynhau a enjoyo.
Mae llawer o waith hefyd wedi wneud i wella amgylchedd stad Penrhos, y stad dau fwyaf yn y sir.
As chairperson of the Penrhos Tenants and Residents Association, we listen to the tenants and the residents, and complaints are coming forward. Mess, fly tipping, the streets were filthy. So we decided to have a clean-up over 3 weekends. And we put 18 skips on the estates and collected 59 tonnes of rubbish. There were coal bunkers behind flats that were gathering rubbish. Dogs were ripping the bags, and the result was we had the coal bunkers removed. We had fencing extended to stop people fly tipping over fences onto the Graig, and that has made a big difference. Communities First was involved from the very beginning. Coordinator Tom Hardy, he had contacts. He contacted the Probation Service, Keep Wales Tidy, put us on the right road.
Through volunteers at the Volunteer Centre, we've got a tools recycling and a wood store project. And with the skips that are done every month, we've got volunteers collecting the unwanted wood and the unwanted tools. And we're hoping that the tools are refurbished and they go to Tanzania. And then the wood store can reuse the wood within the community on other projects. I think if there's joint ownership and responsibility, it makes the whole area better for everybody. It's improved with the bins and the fencing and everything. It just makes them all feel part of the same thing.
It's made a vast difference to the tenants and the residents. I feel they can see that we worked as a partnership, Communities First, Powys County Council, other groups in the area. We pull in together and we get in somewhere.
Communities First in the Upper Delice Valley worked closely with residents on many issues as a way of building relationships, trust and long-term community development, led by locals.
My name's Dean Causey. I'm the Communities First coordinator for the Upper Delice Valley. The project I'm going to talk about is the work that's gone on over the last 2 years in Pannaforth Hall. A group of residents, primarily women, actually contacted our local County Borough Councillor, Adi Thomas, to talk about, starting up a few activities. People were interested mostly in a cinema night, various discos, and a youth club.
Well, there was a threat from, I think it was the local community council and the local council, of the hall being taken away, the park being taken away. We set up a petition, saved the park, saved the hall, and it was from this the community first stepped in to talk to us mothers to see about starting things in the hall.
It led up then to August last year when the women actually sort of felt right and were confident enough then to take on the running of a local voluntary run youth club.
Well, that's gone from strength to strength. Whereas we started off with just children of Pantyffordd, which were about 12 children, we've now got 80 children on the books and 50 come regularly every week.
At the same time then we got Jan Thomas involved then from the Dilys Valley Partnership, the youth development worker, to sort of support the actual activities that were going on from a professional youth worker perspective.
They've helped us in a lot of ways with funding, which meant we could get a lot of the sports equipment and pool tables and things all for the children. They've got everything they want now for summer and winter games.
This type of work that happens in community development work then in a nutshell is very important to the community, because what happens is people get involved for particular reasons. As they get more involved in different projects, as they learn in the wider sense of the word, as they become more empowered, greater activities take place in the community in general, better services come about.
It's made a lot of difference, especially to the children. I mean, whereas before they had no outlook at anything, they were just hanging around the bus stops. They were cheeky kids then. They're lovely kids now. Together amongst themselves, they are organising football tournaments, pool tournaments. And also the older ones want to hire the hall themselves now to start up a rock band, who may have fame from the valleys. When the hall and the park was threatened with going from here, they were all up in arms about it. They didn't want the park going, and yet before they'd vandalise the park and they'd throw stones at the hall. Now they respect it. They want to build a garden now at the back and tend their garden, and they would never have thought like that before, so let's hope that we're changing their attitudes for the future.
Gyda chymorth cymunedau'n gyntaf, mae pobl ifanc y Meirdy wedi hannog I weithio gydag asiantaethau allu cynorthwyo yn ôl fewn I hyfforddiant a chyflogaeth.
It was in response to a group of young adults, and they were hanging around a housing estate, not particularly doing much, but there were complaints. The involvement of the police, youth offending team and detached youth workers that identified a support need for that group. They involved Mardy Communities First as well, and it was initially just trying to engage that group, find out what things they wanted, and very quickly we established the advocacy project. It's literally a weekly drop-in targeting 16 to 25-year-olds with a focus on pathways into employment and training.
I got sitting girls level 1 and level 2 in carpentry and joinery I have. Done an apprenticeship for a year and a half, but I got laid off due to the lack of work.
There's such a variety of skills that's needed for, knowing what job opportunities are out there, training providers. Our role has been about signposting, referring through to other agencies who've got that remit.
Come up, do a job search with Job Centre Plus, and we got one to work, Julie. Puts you on courses such as dry lining courses, scaffolding courses. Whatever
the individual needs are, we try and make sure that they get the support they need.
Stay up there 10, 20 minutes, or you can stay up there for an hour or two. Deborah gives me a hand filling in forms now and then.
There's a core group of clients that we've worked with now for over 2.5 years, and two in particular. We've got Ricky and Sean. They've both become very confident young individuals, very active within the community, and they've developed as great role models for other children and young people.
Well, we've done numerous things, such as the Woodland project, where we've gone litter picking, building bird boxes with the kids. We've done a walkway. I started off as a volunteer. I'm paid staff now.